Greg Pointer, happy to be with you in the championship of the 4th grade Rancho Penasquitos Basketball League. And the lineups for both of the squads is going to be the Sonics and the Suns in the championship game, their RPB, recreational 4th grade. And of course, I want to also announce that I have Wendell Dean with me, and he's going to be doing the commentating in this game. And how you doing, Wendell?
I'm real good, thank you.
All
Glad
right.
to be here today, Craig.
Well, I tell you what, why don't you go ahead and take the Suns lineup, and then I'll take the Sonics.
All right, well, starting off for the Suns, we have number 10, a man by the name of Curtis Gordon. Number 11 is Tyler Harrison. Number 12 will be Jonathan Martin. Number 14 will be Ryan Sullivan. Number 15, Philip Mast. Number 22, Matthew Stevens. And number 23, Tyler Ray. And rounding off will be number 24, Jimmy Roush. The head coach for the Suns will be Earl Mast, and the assistant coach is Ray Martin.
Thank you, Wendell. And let me get the starting lineup for the Sonics. Number 10, Riley Munoz. Number 11 will be Alexander Rigby. Number 12 is Stephen Gray. Number 14, Cito Santos. 15 will be Ian Larson for the Sonics. 22, David West. 23, Luke Richter. And number 24 will be Payam Shirov. The head coach for the Sonics is Kip Larson, and the assistant coach is Mike West. The 3rd grades don't have playoffs, the 4th grades do, and then it continues on up. From there, the referee, and he's got the basketball in his hands right now, Wendell, is Anthony Anandono, and also helping him out will be Kristen Stone. Give us some of the particulars, Wendell, in this 4th grade championship game that's different than what you normally see in high school basketball.
Well, what you normally have in basketball, you have, of course, the Pro League, and then you have the NCAA, and now you have the high school. This is a lower level division. I believe these children are in the 4th grade. It's a children's league, and there's some differences in the rules. Pointedly, number 1, there's 5 seconds in the lane. They allow the kids to remain in the lane a little bit longer due to the play and inexperience. And then some of the other things are going to stay the same. 5 seconds to throw the ball in. You have the backcourt violations. Things of that nature will be about the same. They do allow each kid to have only 5 fouls before they're disqualified or eliminated from the game. They are going to throw the ball up at half court. And then after that will be possession, or it will be thrown up again depending on where the ball is.
Okay, look like we're going to start this one off, Wendell. The championship game between the Sonics and the Suns. The Sonics are going from left to right on your picture screen, and from left to right, of course, is the Sonics in orange and white, of course, in green and white, and the Suns in orange and white. And dribbling down the baseline, it does not go in. Couple of players going for it, and number 12 for the Suns comes out with it, Jonathan Martin. Martin dribbles past the defender, goes down the middle of the key, and lays it up and in. Jonathan Martin, and you can put a 2 on his stat there, as it is 2-0, the Suns lead. Bringing it down a court for the Sonics is their guard, number 23, Luke Richter. Richter goes to the right side of the key. Richter finds a space and can't connect, as it's a little bit too long for Luke, as he tried to get it up and in, and he had the area, but he just couldn't get the distance on it. A little bit too much on it for Luke. Back with it is Jonathan Martin. Martin passing it in to a teammate, but it's stolen away. Back with it is Ian Larson. Larson going to hold up, look for his teammates. Going to pass it to the left side of the key, and that is Riley Munoz. Puts it up, no good. A little bit too long for Riley. And the rebound, nice rebound by Tyler Ray of the Suns, and he gives it off to Jonathan Martin. Martin going to try to get it, and he does, to Ray. Ray takes it down the key, and there's a foul. Tyler Ray trying to work the offense down the middle of the key, and there was some pressure on him, and a foul committed against the Sonics here. And timeout called by Tyler Ray, and the Suns lead by 4, 5-1. Greg Porter for George Langevin Video Sports Productions will be right back. 5:11 left to play in the first quarter. An inbounds pass and a good play described by the head coach, Earl Mass. And it is now 7-1. That was a bucket by number 11, Tyler Harrison, on an inbounds pass. Very nice design play by the Suns. And here are the Sonics down the middle. Play it up and in. Nice job done by Luke Richter. And Luke Richter for the Sonics gives them a 7-3 score. And timeout for the Sonics, and that's a referee's timeout. And finally, the score changes for us, 7-3. And your assessment so far, Wendell, in this game so far?
Well, both teams are very well coached. The Suns have come out in a man-to-man defense. They're tenacious. Even the Sonics are playing man-to-man. I really like number 12 with his ball handling skills. He's very good, very poised. Both teams playing real well.
Martin down the middle again, and he puts it up and in. Jonathan Martin for the Suns gets a bucket, and it is now 7. Well, actually, they have it up there 9-3. And back with it, nice hustle by number 10 for the Sonics, Riley Munoz, but he just couldn't come up with the basketball. But you like to see that at the young age, hustling out there. That's what the game of basketball is about. And there's a foul. Actually, it was a violation touching the out-of-bounds line, so it wasn't actually a player foul. In the backcourt, bringing it up, and you cannot press in this fourth grade basketball play, Wendell. And the pass by number 23, Tyler Ray, intended for the baseline. His teammate was a little bit too strong. Tyler, they're playing the center. Boy, teaching them a man-to-man, Wendell, at this young age.
Well, the man-to-man looks good. There's not a lot of fouling. They're poised, they're controlled. I'm really surprised. Plays really good at this point.
Comes off to Richter. Richter brings it back out on top. Going to work the offense. Down the middle, ball on the floor, but he finds Larson. Larson goes, stops, dribble, looks for his teammate. It's Richter down the baseline, puts it up, and no good. But a nice rebound of Sonics, still with another possession. They don't have a shot clock at this young age, and a bucket. Nice shot by Ian Larson. And the parents and the partisans for the Sonics make some noise.
Well, that was a nice perimeter shot. Got his feet together. He just put it straight up. It was really beautiful, nice.
Lots of enthusiasm this morning here at the Black Mountain Multi-Purpose Center, Wendell.
A lot of noise, a lot of parents out to cheer the team on. It's looking good.
9-5 is your score. In favor of the Suns. The Suns, from right to left, Martin showing that he can dribble that basketball. And that puts a lot of pressure on the defender, doesn't it?
No, it certainly does. You have to remember, this kid, number 12, Jonathan Martin, has he has impeccable ball handling skills. He's dribbling with his right hand. He's switching over to his left. He's going through his legs. He's looking up. He has some really good skills, and he bounce passes the ball inside. I'm really impressed.
Oh, you love to see that from a youngster early on. It gives you grandiose ideas of the way he's going to be when he gets older. And here's a shot from 23. And that is Luke Richter for the Sonics. And Luke Richter is on the scoreboard with his first 2 points. But Tyler's been trying. And it is now a 2-point game, 9-7, as Martin goes through his left-handed dribble, but he lost control of the basketball, and the Sonics have it. Pyram Shirov came up with the loose ball, and now another loose ball in the hands of Martin. He's going coast to coast. He scored. Nice play by Jonathan Martin to get the ball back, and boy, you like to see a kid who has some mindset like that.
Well, there's a foul right there on the shot, number 23 taking it in. That was, I believe, David West of the Sonics. He'll be at the line shooting 2. Down at the other end, Martin went coast to coast on a layup that looked really good. Both teams playing really good defense, man-to-man still. They don't look tired. I think that the Sonics are at a little bit of a disadvantage here because of their height. They don't have anyone that's really a forward or a big man, but they're still getting rebounds.
Actually, that was Luke Richter. He's at the line, number 23. And Richter misses the first free throw, but makes the second. And he gets a hand by the parents and such. 11-8 is the score, only 3 points. Separates these two in this championship game. These two have played each other before in the season, and the last time that these two teams played each other, the Suns were able to beat the Sonics by a double-digit score. But the difference in that game, as now the Sonics get it on the turnover, Ian Larson and Pyram Shirov had fouled out. A nice long try by number 15, Ian Larson. He just couldn't get it to go. But this is an exciting first quarter of action. It's 11 for the Suns, 8 for the Sonics. We'll be back. And the substitutions that are going to be coming into the contest for the Suns, number 24, Jimmy Rouse, is into the contest. And also, let's get the Sonics, Stephen Gray and Cito Santos, Ian Larson and David West is going to be out there. And we'll get the rest of the Suns as soon as we get a chance to look at the numbers. Of course, number 23 out there for the Suns, Tyler Ray, and number 15 out there, Philip Mass, the head coach's son. And this is what they like to do in youth basketball. They like to show the players that are out there. And kind of almost like a soccer type deal where they go ahead and shake hands, or a Little League Baseball kind of deal at the end when they kind of shake hands, you know, as in a championship type thing. Well, of course, they exchange pins in Little League Baseball, so, you know, it's kind of neat. (11-8) is your score. And the Suns lead. Tyler Ray with the basketball. He inbounds it to Philip Mast. Philip Mast with the basketball, putting up one finger before play. And Philip is out of bounds. To the near side here, this dark-colored area, if he touches any part of his foot in that dark-colored area, or it's touching the basketball in that dark-colored area, he's out of bounds. Dribbling the basketball on the left side of the key for the Sonics was Ian Larson. He didn't make the shot. And back with it is Philip Mass. Mass dribbling with the left hand. Mass now goes to his right, comes back to his left side of the key. Mass looking for a screen and gets one, accelerates toward the foul. Nice design play by the Suns. It was blocked by number 11, looked like Alexander Rigby, and Rigby got him with the hand. I take that back. It was David West, the foul. So it was before he got to Rigby. And that's, what, 2 fouls for David. 11-8 the score. Mass doesn't make the free throw, but there's a foul as a nice rebound by Tyler Ray. So Tyler Ray getting the rebound.
Foul on number 12, Stephen Gray.
Stephen Gray, his first personal on that attempt of a rebound and a bucket by Tyler Ray.
There's still really good defense on both parts, both teams playing good. There's only, we have listed here, only 3 fouls in the whole game so far on this level. I think the defense is exceptional. Another thing I wanted to mention was the ball handling skills of number 15, Philip Mass. Really good. He went down the middle and almost converted on a drive.
Tyler Ray missed that free throw attempt and then tried Wendell to get his own rebound, couldn't do it. And back here are the Sonics. David West, and he has to stop the dribble as trying to get it to Cito Santos. Santos just entering the game here in the second half. And the possession arrow gives it to the Sonics. Greg Porter with Wendell Dean. Hope you're enjoying this championship game. Tyler Ray going to give it to Mast, and Mast going to bring it up the court. 11-8, the Suns lead here in the championship game. Bringing it down the middle and getting it to go is Philip Mast. Philip took advantage of an open key there for a moment, and he took that glimmer of hope and connected on it.
Yeah, Philip Mass, the second time he went down the middle, he has an exceptional body balance. He dribbles the ball with both hands. Very good.
However, he loses the basketball there, and trying to lay it up and get it to go was David West. And let's see, the violation is against the Sonics. Oh, what did you see there, Wendell?
Well, both teams right now are playing transition basketball. There's fast breaking back and forth. You have some people that are some slashing players like Mass. You have number 11 bringing the ball up right now, who's looks real good, and he's just going through the middle. Real good ball play, and the defense is still good with the Sonics. The Sonics are in the game right now primarily because of their defense, because they're a smaller team, but they're tenacious. They're on somebody all of the time.
And you love to see that at the young age. And Mass, he gets it, turn around and gets it to his teammate, who wheeled around and didn't get it to go. But Tyler Ray got the rebound, and he was a little bit wide with his opportunity. Back with it are the Sonics. On the rebound, up and in. Nice job by number 15, Ian Larson, for the Sonics. His teammate missed it, and Larson, a little bit closer at a good angle, is able to make it now a three-point game again, 13-10. Tyler Harrison into Tyler Ray. Ray swinging out to Mass, and the referee, Christine Stone, says it was just a clean block. Nice defensive play. There's that defense you mentioned again by the Sonics.
Ian Larson, very good defense. He went straight up, didn't foul, he deflected the ball. That's what's keeping them in the game at this point, is their defense. Here we go with them coming down the court again. And I think they're going to convert. This is going to be a very close game. It looks good.
Yes, it really does. And an opportunity at the baseline area by number 11, Alexander Rigby. And Rigby just was at an awkward angle. He tried to put it up anyway, and it went off the side of the backboard and out of bounds. Here's Philip Mast. Mast can't get it to go that time. Mass with 4 points in the contest. Was trying for a 6, couldn't get it to go. Come back with it is Ian Larson. They put it up. Ricochets off. Nice rebound, and does not stay in. Nice effort by Stephen Gray. Gray had the right idea. If it comes off the rim, get it and put it back up.
Well, number 22, David West, is trying to stay with Philip Mass. Philip Mass is a taller player. He uses both hands, and he's beating him down the court every time. That's going to be, I think, the difference in the game.
Here's the man who says, I'll get it and put it in. I'll use the backboard this time. Number 23, Tyler Ray, and he's got 4 in the contest for the Suns. 15-10, a 5-point lead, and a foul It looked like it's going to be against Philip Mast. It is a blocking violation down there at the baseline. First personal on Philip Mast. Team's second foul. You have a total of 6 team fouls before they get to one-on-one, 1+1, that is. Here's Mast bringing it up the quarter in the second quarter and up the court. He stops, puts it up, a little bit short. His teammate trying to hold on to it, but he just couldn't do it. Nice effort, though, by 22, Matthew Stevens. But Matthew couldn't hold on to it, and obviously the Sonics now have the basketball. Sonics down by 5. Ian Larson gives way to David West. West goes around a nice screen by Larson to the baseline and gets it to go. Nice job. I like that. David West, he's got his first 2 points of the game on a nice, it's not actually an assist, but I'm going to call it that. What do you think?
Well, I think that was a great move by West. It kind of reminded me there a little bit of Jerry West. He took it down on the baseline, beat his man, laid it up soft off the glass. Very good, but he's got to get back and stay with his man. He's got a big responsibility staying with number 15, who's none other than Philip Mast.
And there's a tie-up right there, and a possession arrow is going to go in favor of the Sonics. 15-12, timeout by the Sonics. And Kip Larson wants to talk to his youngsters, and we'll be back in this championship game. Only 3 points separates them. Back to live action and bringing the basketball up the front court. And a long shot is Ian Larson. Larson with just seconds left, he tried to see if he could get one from way downtown. It didn't go, so at the end of the first half, it's 15 for the Suns, 12 for the Sonics as they go into the locker room and talk about the first half and what they can do in the second half. Wendell, your assessment?
As I said before, great basketball here. Both teams playing man-to-man. There's been some great ball handling on the part of the Suns. And then, of course, the defense with the Sonics. As I said before, this is going to be a close game. It's great execution. You're getting people with perimeter shots. You're getting a lot of layups. You're not getting a lot of fouls in the game. I believe that this is a pretty good level, awful good level. I'm really impressed, Greg.
Well, I am too, and we'll be back with more of it after this brief timeout. Go ahead. And we're going to go ahead and give you the scoring for both teams. For the Suns, what do you have, Wendell?
Well, for the Suns, I have Jonathan Martin has 6 points. Number 15, Philip Mast, has 4. And then we have Tyler Ray, who also has 4 points. For the Sonics, we have so far Ian Larson has 2. David West, number 22, has scored 2. And Luke Richter has scored 2.
Okay, that totals up your score, hopefully there. Our unofficial scoring, 15-12, in favor of the Suns, as we are headed for the second half of this championship game between the Sonics and the Suns. 2 great names in NBA history, basketball-wise, and maybe not as long as the Boston Celtics and the New York Knicks, but, you know, in recent history. And these 2 teams taking on those names and playing like it would be a Sonics-Suns classic matchup. They have a discussion over there with the referees. And Wendell, what do you hope to see in the second half? What do you think you're going to see?
Well, I believe the tempo is going to be set in the second half. Primarily, both teams have been playing a transition type game. There's been a lot of slashing to the basket. They're still in a man-to-man. Both teams have enough training and endurance to play man-to-man the whole game. I think it's going to be up-tempo and faster than the first half.
Well, we'll see what happens. Here's Jonathan Martin. Martin dribbling down the middle, just got his body underneath the rim a little bit too far. Wanted to take that shot just before he got to the spot he was at. Otherwise, it would have went in.
Well, I think the ref missed that when he got fouled on that shot. He got clobbered there, and he still got the shot up. It just came a little bit short.
Taken away. Philip Mast over to Jonathan Martin, and Martin lays it in. Jonathan Martin and Philip Mast both in a contest, and this time it's Martin from Mast. Jonathan Martin now with a total of 8 points in the contest. Foul, look like it's going to be on Jonathan Martin as David West went baseline.
Foul on number 12, Sonics.
So going to, and since it was a shooting foul, the line, David West. And West will have 2. And Christine Stone, referee, making sure the youngsters know where they're supposed to stand. Can't have too many on that free throw line. And the first one by David, a little bit off. Free throw is a very hard thing to do in basketball. Shooting it from 12 feet out, can't get the second one either. However, they get the rebound, and that can be just as good if they can convert for 2 points. Let's see what the Sonics do. Down by 5 in the contest. Want to keep the game close. David West gives way over to Luke Richter at the top, and he comes to the center of the key, feeds it out to the wide side of Ronnie Munoz, who gives way. Attempted rebound by Ryan Sullivan, but Mast gets it. And back with it is Mast. Mast, 1-on-2, turns around, gets his own rebound. Nice hustle by Phillip, but he might have traveled. No, they're going to say that before that happened, he was fouled.
Foul on 23, Green,
Luke Richter getting the foul. So Luke Richter the foul and a timeout called by the Suns. 5-point difference, 5:31 left to play.
Yeah, I'm going to mention something that you said earlier. It's very true. I've noticed that it is very difficult for both teams to convert on the free throw line. That's one of the hardest things for youngsters to do, and I think it comes from inexperience, from relaxing at the line, taking a deep breath, looking at the basket, and following through. And it takes a lot of concentration as the kids get older and they get more experience and they get into the rhythm of playing. They're able to convert on their free throws. This would be a different game right now if the Sonics, in fact, could convert on their free throws, because they're not getting clear shots at the basket, but they are getting fouled. They have to convert their free throws in order to win this game.
Well, you can't be like Shaquille O'Neal. There's a team in the NCAA March Madness that's still in the Elite Eight, Gonzaga, and they shoot real good free throws. They're going to be tough. There's a shot by Philip Mast in his 4th grade championship game, and boy, he could play on Gonzaga or any team the way he's playing today. Nice bucket by Philip Mast.
Boy, that was a very pretty pivot move. The ball was a baseline. Mast beat his man, pivoted, and put it right in. Beautiful.
And a nice rebound. That's Jonathan Martin doing a fine job. But Martin has to give way. It somehow rolls over to Mast. Mast loses the basketball over to David West. And West will give it to Luke Richter to bring it up the court. Boy, that could have been really dangerous if they were able to get another bucket. 19-12. This is the highest lead that the Suns have, a 7-point lead. A shot there by Luke Richter. And a save, but Curtis Gordon gets it. And a rebound goes to the Suns.
Good up-tempo game still. Both teams still in a man-to-man. Looks good. I think that definitely the Suns have the momentum here because of their transition game. I think the Sonics have to kind of get into the game a little bit more and put on a little bit more pressure defensively.
Well, Matthew Stevens, He was trying to get the offense going on that side, but he ran out of real estate. And so now, and then the Suns tried to inbound the basketball, and they got a violation, so they turned it right back over to the orange and white of the Suns. 4 minutes left to play in the third quarter. 19-12, the Suns lead. Jonathan Martin. Martin, probably the best ball handler out there on the floor, gives it to Philip Mass, who's probably right there with him, and he puts it up and in.
Boy, Philip Mass is just taking his man. Did you see that stutter, hesitation, head move, fake, and then he moved left. His strong hand is left. He put it off the glass. They've got to stop him and put some pressure on him, maybe even double team him in order to win.
Well, that was a nice play by Stephen Gray, or correction on that. That wasn't Stephen Gray, that was number 22, David West. And West gets his 4th point of the contest on that baseline dribble and lay-in. And now here's West with it again. 21-14, and it's a touchdown between the two. 7 points in this basketball championship of Rancho Penasquitos.
I believe West just gave a big spark to his team by the conversion, by that shot on the side. It's nice, and they're trying to get the team back into it. That's what they got to do to get back into this game.
Bringing it out on the top of the key, trying to run the offense there is Luke Richter. Richter working to the right now, the right side of the key, and Richter going to continue to get closer, and they say he was out of control, a player control foul, so that's a foul, offensive foul, Luke Richter on the Sonics. That is his 3rd personal for Luke Richter. Richter's got 3 fouls. Richter's got 3 personal fouls. And the shot is up and no good. Nice try, though, by 22 Matthew Stevens for the Suns. And here's Stevens' alternate number, and he feeds it to 23. He scores it. That's Luke Richter. And Richter right there converting. Come back down the middle, 21-16. Trying to make it 23-16. Didn't get the opportunity, and let's see. There was a foul on the play. Jonathan Martin down the middle trying to get one to go, couldn't do it. David West was the foul, and Jonathan Martin on the inbounds pass. He gets right to the spot you need to be. He uses a backboard and scores. Jonathan Martin, and Martin now has a total of 10 points. Jonathan Martin, as Richter lost the basketball, but stealing away is David West. West of Richter. He left hands it long, deep pass. Blocked by number 14, Ryan Sullivan. Try by Stephen Gray with the left hand. Luke Richter through the basketball court at least half of the distance to try to get it to Gray. Nice thinking and almost converted. Here's Gray. He has the opportunity here as he loses a man and didn't roll a little bit too hard. Turnaround jumper, no good. Nice opportunity there by Riley Munoz, but he had a little bit too much on him.
Well, the Sonics are playing real well. They're hustling real well. The only thing they need to do at this point, more ball movement. You have one person dribbling the ball. The rest of the players are standing around. They look good on defense, but they got to get a little bit more ball movement. They're getting the steals, as we saw right there.
Stealing the basketball, David West, just seconds left in the quarter. A shot by Richter is blocked, and that's going to do it at the end of the third quarter. Your score as the Suns are just 7 minutes away from winning the championship. They lead by 7, 23-16. Let's see what the Sonics can do to try and not allow that to happen.
Anything can happen here. Here's the fourth quarter. They're only down by a few points. They got to be able to come out, play aggressively, play play defense, don't foul. They've got to be able to convert on their free throws if they are fouled. They still can get into this game and win it, but they've got to be able to come back strong. The Suns, on the other half, have the great ball handling skills of their players, of their guards. They're getting second and third rebounds, and that's hurting the Sonics tremendously here. But let's see what happens here in the fourth quarter.
And we'll be back with that fourth quarter in just a moment. And here we go with the last 7 minutes of action. And, of course, as you see customarily, both teams stand to the outer ends, out of circles, so to speak, and facing each other. And it's an opportunity for the youngsters to see the other youngsters that they're going to be playing against. And, you know, some of these youngsters are poker-type players, if you will. I use the expression. With like cards, remembering certain things that other players can do at an early age. So it gives them an opportunity to see it before you even tip off the basketball. What do you think?
I think that's exactly right. You have players out here that are very calculating, they're intelligent, they look up, they can look at each other's weaknesses. I'm very surprised that there's not been that many fouls in this game. Both teams have played man-to-man. They're playing completely in control. This is where the fat lady sings. Let's see what happens here in the fourth quarter.
And you mentioned it right, Wendell. And with the left hand dribbling, trying to go down towards the baseline, and he was fouled. And the foul was against number 14. Or 15, rather, Philip Mast. At the line is Ian Larson, and Ian, who wasn't able to play the full game the last time these two teams played, still in it. He's not going to be in foul trouble, and that's what costed him the last time, as he could not make the second opportunity there on the free throws.
Greg, I don't think one single person has made a free throw in this game, and that is what the difference is at this point. At this level, the kids still can't get on that free throw line and hit it. And so that's what the difference is. But, again, let's see what happens.
It's amazing, Wendell, how they can do it at fast speed, but at slow speed, it's a lot harder. Oh, man. That's been the nature of basketball for the longest. It's another phase of the game. It's almost like in football where you have special teams. It's another phase of the game that's very important, but that's sometimes often underlooked, I should say. Or overlooked, rather. As an opportunity by Mass is blocked, Tyler Ray turns around and uses the backboard, kisses it, and gets two. Tyler Ray. 6 points for Tyler in the contest, and he gives his team a 9-point lead, 25-16.
I think that was a nail in the coffin there.
Well, that's not so soon. As Ian Larson says, I can put the basketball up and in, and he did on a nice shot. And it's 25-18, a 7-point lead again for the Suns. Jonathan Martin, he looked at a partial screen, and he scores. What a great play by Jonathan Martin. He's got, 12 now. And that was Jimmy Rouse that came up to attempt a screen, and he didn't actually do it, and Jonathan Martin just took advantage of it.
Well, number 24, I guess it's Jimmy Roush, if I'm saying his name correctly. Roush put a good screen up. He came up, he's a wide-bodied kid, and it kind of looked like classic Stockton and Malone. And this kid went right by him. Jonathan Martin went right by and laid it up for two. It was a great play.
And that classic runner from the baseline trying to get it to go. He couldn't get it to go that time. David West. Jonathan Martin back with it. And Larson trying to steal, but getting it back is Martin. He gets it to Mass. Mass down the middle. Mass goes to the left side of the key. Mass puts it up off the key and in. Philip Mass. He uses the backboard. He gets a score.
Man, oh man, what a great shot. Great shot off the glass.
And an opportunity by Ian Larson to try to answer. He couldn't do it. And, boy, I tell you what, the Sonics definitely need to answer, as they really can't afford for the Suns to come down with too many more opportunities and score points. And you start to look at that in the fourth quarter. How many possessions do you have? especially if you're down.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Greg. You said it exactly right. But the Sonics are still poised. I think that they are still in the game, at least emotionally, but they got to bring it up a level. They got to, again, hit those free throws and keep playing defense.
His first team foul.
And there's a couple of, as it's 5 team fouls now for the Sonics. And that foul on the play, I believe it was Stephen Gray, and let's see what the call is here.
Foul on number 15, green, Ian Lawson. His first team foul.
Ian Larson was the foul. Going to be in the penalty is the Suns with that last foul on the Sonics. Tyler Ray trying to pass it to his teammate, and it was intercepted. Nice job done by Cito Santos. And an opportunity by Ian Larson is blocked. Philip Mast. Mast over to Jonathan Martin. And Martin being directed to go to the top of the key and set it up again. Let's see if he's going to get another screen.
Mass and Martin are 2 most dangerous men on the court right now. They're getting the ball in their hands, making a lot of turnovers, but if they keep the ball in their hands, I think they have a win.
11-point difference, but time starting to be an ally of the Suns. Down the middle, Philip Mast still with the basketball. He gets the garbage, lays it up. A little bit too strong off the backboard, but gets a rebound by his teammate. His teammate number 11, Tyler Harris, hit his first 2 points of the game, and that could be the most important 2 of the game.
Well, we got 1:54 seconds. That was a great shot. I think that definitely was the nail in the coffin there, unless they do something really stupid like a lot of fouls.
Well, as you said, both teams have not shot the foul shots very good. And taking that one, Alexander Rigby, after the whistle was blown, showing he had some skills from long range, just throwing it up there. 31-18. I tell you what, though, the Sonics have played their heart out in 2 opportunities against this team, the Suns, and this time they've played with all of their chips and try to give it the best they can. But these guys, the Suns, come in this game and they look like they're ready. Tyler Ray.
That was a great assist on the part of number 12, Jonathan Martin, getting the ball into Tyler Ray for the 2. He dribbled down the court, penetrated, drew 2 men to him, and then put the ball right in between the defenders and gave the man the easy layup. And that's not something easy to do. A young kid like that with the ball handling skills, with the vision, that takes skills. I'm very impressed at the skill level of the ball handlers on the team of the Suns. The Sonics, on the other hand, they've run out of a little bit of steam. They're a little bit tired. They're not putting as much pressure on the ball. They're not getting the rebounds, but emotionally they're still in the game. It's a great effort on both teams very well coached. I'm really, really, really impressed. I can't say enough.
Well, they didn't get to the championship game without being coached well. It's a game that it takes some great agility to play. It takes some great skill to play. It takes a lot of hustle to play and determination, and both of these 2 teams have shown all of those types of things as well as you can for 4th graders at this Black Mountain Multipurpose Center today, and I just hope that you've enjoyed this and realize that the youngsters are learning the game of basketball. They're showing things that they've developed that will help them in the future. And who knows, you might be seeing them play some high school basketball or college basketball somewhere down the line. But the name of the game is, it seemed like they enjoyed this game.
I think absolutely, Craig, you're going to see people here at the high school and collegiate level, and if they push it even further, they can even go into the pro level. Very, very good basketball.
And the youngster ran out of real estate. Trying to still dribble Jimmy Rouse. And Jimmy says, man, give me that extra area there. It's even tough for the youngsters to see what dimensions they're playing with the way all these lines are. But that's okay, though, because especially for the Suns, it's all academic now. They have plenty of points on the scoreboard, and they're going to win this championship. And still dribbling with it is Matthew Stevens. And Stevens trying to see if he can get one up there. And he's been trying that left side. And this time he got a little closer, but he took too many steps. Back down the middle, putting it up. David West, don't get the rebound. 12 seconds left to play. They're going to jump it. And your assessment, Wendell?
Well, my assessment is pretty easy. I think the big difference in this game was Philip Mass, number 15, Jonathan Martin with the ball handling skills, no question. Here we go, 4 seconds left, and he's slicing down the middle right now in a foul.
I think it's kind of one of those things, if I may take one from yesterday's Lakers to 76ers game, where the guard play was just too good for one team.
Exactly. That's a great assessment. Both teams, however, have played really well defense. You've had a minimal amount of fouls in this game. The refs have let both teams play, and the only thing I could say is the free throw conversions on the free throw hurt the Sonics, excuse me, tremendously. If they could have converted earlier in the game on some of their free throws, they would be in this game.
Well, of course, in the bonus, and a nice one by Philip Mass.
And let me point out, that's the first free throw of this game out of all those free throws. Very good.
A little bit too hard. He gets his own rebound. Can't get it to go, but it doesn't matter because they got enough points to win. 34-18. They win the championship, the Suns do, of the Rancho Penasquitos Basketball League. And of the fourth graders, and I'm sure they're going to be feeling real good when they go back to school for winning the championship and playing hard. But you know what? The Sonics got to this game, and you don't get to this game without having an ability like the way they've shown today. And they just kind of ran out of ability to try to win it today.
No, I think that's exactly right, Craig. One of the things I want to point out, this game was very, very well coached by both teams, and you have to remember the Sonics never gave up. They were in the game emotionally all the way until the end. The coach of the Sonics is a very good man. I spoke to him earlier. He seems like he genuinely loves the kids, loves who he's working with. The same thing with the Suns. I think both these teams will be back next year.
I think Kip Larson did a fine job for the Suns, or for the Sonics rather, their head coach, and also Mike West, in keeping the kids focused and realizing that they can come in here and maybe turn it around. And they did for most of the game, but the Suns just had enough with Jonathan Martin and Philip Mass to get it done. And of course, that head coaching with Earl Mass and Ray Martin as the assistant, really keeping the kids focused on the Suns. And you see the trophies there in the center court, and both teams being talked to by one of the members of the board for this fourth grade basketball league up here at Rancho Penasquitos. And we just hope you enjoyed this one. I know I enjoyed doing it with you, Wendell.
Oh, I enjoyed it tremendously. Thanks a lot. And I'm looking forward to more games with you.
Well, that's going to do it. The final score, 34-18, the Suns over the Sonics in the championship game. I'm Greg Porter for Wendell, saying goodbye, and we'll see you next time.
Congratulations, Sonics, our whole community. Thank you. You gave us a great year.
Good job, Dad.
Number 12, Stephen Gray.
Good job.
Number 14, Sito Masa.
Good job, Dad.
Number 15, Ian Lawson.
Good job, Ian. Thank you, brother.
Number 22, David West.
All right, David. Good job, man.
Number 23, Luke Reichard.
Hey, no. Good job, coach.
And number 24, Payam Shiri. The Congress are coached by Tim Lawson and Mike West.
Congratulations, coach.
On top of the fourth grade for this year is the Suns. Number 10, Curtis Gordon. Number 11, Tyler Harrison.
Good job, Tyler.
Number 12, and today's high scorer, Jonathan Martin.
Good job, Peter. High scorer.
Number 14, Brian Sullivan. Number 15, Philip Max.
Good job, Dad.
Number 22, Matthew Stevens.
All right, good job, Dad.
Number 23, Tyler Ray.
Good job, John.
Rounding out the team, number 24, Jimmy Rush.
Good job, Dad. Good job.
And Earl Max.
Okay, and we're back here with the two of the guards for the Suns. Let me get this right. You guys played great basketball today. Jonathan Martin, you had quite a few points. You were the leading scorer. I believe it was 12 points.
Yeah, I think so.
Was it? Yeah. Well, Jonathan, you bring the ball up very well. Where did you learn how to dribble the basketball that well?
On my first year, my coach, I couldn't even dribble the ball, but he taught me real well. So now, I guess I got better and better, so.
Oh, you got fantastic. I saw you dribble the ball between your legs. Did you see that, Philip?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Both of you being guards do a great job at bringing the ball up and stuff. How do you like to communicate, Jonathan? Is there anything you do to try to communicate with Philip here when you play?
No, not really. I just yell out to play.
You just yell out to play,
He
and
knows what to do.
and you just kind of run it, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, you got some good screens. It looks like your teammates really see that you got control of that basketball and control of the team out there when you're out on the floor, and that helps out. You gonna come back and play for this team next year, or what?
I'm going to play, but I don't know, because he's going to play competitive basketball in Scripps Ranch.
Okay.
So I don't know if I'll be with him.
All right.
But
All right.
I'll come back and play.
So do you go to this school right here? What school you go to?
Park Village.
You like that school?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any favorite thing you like to do over at that school?
Well, no.
Okay, let me talk to your teammate, Philip. You had a great game today, running the floor when Jonathan wasn't there. You did a great job in making attempts at the basket. You seem to be able to know where the spot to be at, just as Jonathan does, to get that ball up and in the hoop. Who taught you all of that stuff?
The coaches.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun when things work out, and then you end up winning a championship like this. Isn't those things kind of nice?
Yeah.
How long is the season? Tell us about the season a little bit.
There's normally
Camera for us there.
there's 10 games in the season, and then you go in the playoffs until you lose a game, and that's pretty much all. Yeah,
Who was the hardest team to play? Excuse me.
Pistons. Yeah, one of the best players in the league.
And but they didn't make it to the championship, huh?
No, we beat them in the semifinals. We beat them last week on Saturday by 4 points.
All right. Did they have guards or something like that that were real good like you guys?
Yeah, they had one guard that was very good. He's on our soccer team.
Oh, you guys play soccer too. All right, well, thank you very much, Jonathan and Philip, in coming on our Georgia Land Video Sports Productions, playing a great game here today at the Black Mountain Multipurpose Center and winning your championship. You can show it for the camera, those championship trophies there. All right, thanks, guys. Okay, we're back here with Tyler Harrison and Tyler Ray. Tyler Ray, you were, what, the tallest member on your team?
Yeah, I am. I get most of the rebounds when I play, and I usually just help out the team with rebounds and pass, because when the other team shoots and it misses, I grab the ball and just pass it down the court.
Well, it seems like you did that very well today. You were in the key, you were in position, and you were creating a lot of problems for them height-wise today. It's kind of tough for them, because they had to deal with your height and the fact that you were in the key and trying to get those rebounds.
Yeah, because they had one other big guy who would rebound, and they had a couple of small kids, and it was sort of hard to get in there and try to rebound and put it back up. But Coach tells me when you get the ball, just shoot on your basket, because you might get a foul, and then you'll get 2 shots.
Okay. Well, how long have you been playing basketball?
This is my 2nd year.
Are you going to be on this team next year?
I'm not sure. I asked the coach, but if he could try to get me, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to play in RPB next year.
Well, I'm sure, Tyler, he's going to try to get you to play, because you have ability to make the right types of plays, and obviously you contributed mightily towards the championship. What school you go to?
I go to Rolling Hills Elementary.
You like that school?
Yeah.
What do they like to do over there? What's the thing you like to do over there? Any subject or anything?
Yeah, I like social studies, and I like playing basketball at recess, and like wrestling on the grass with my friends.
You got that size, so that's an advantage for you. Let me talk to your teammate here, Tyler Harrison. And Tyler, you're out there making the plays, being able to run the floor show. It's a lot of fun playing on a team like this.
Yeah, it is, because I didn't know we were going to go all the way to the championship.
But when you go, then it makes it a lot of fun, right?
Yeah, this game was really fun.
What was the best game for you during the season? Was this game the best one, or was there any other game that you can remember?
I like this game the best because they had all the music and the scoreboard and stuff.
They don't have the music and all that kind of stuff in the other games, huh?
No.
They only bring out the glitter and all that kind of stuff in the big championship games. But you guys played so hard and been working so hard, and that's the reason why you get all this stuff in the end. What does your coaches try to do to get you guys in condition so that you guys can play it and play well?
First, at the beginning of the game, they make us do layups to practice, and then free throws to help us make the baskets.
Free throws are hard, aren't they?
Not really.
You sound like you're going to be a real good one day at shooting free throws.
I guess.
that can contribute, I tell you what, can it?
Yeah.
If you can shoot free throws, that can be one of those things that really helps out your team. And they had a hard time shooting their free throws, and we mentioned a few times that they would have shot their free throws better, it might have been a closer game. Do you think that?
Yeah, they had many chances to make their free throws, and they didn't. So that's one reason why we won.
And Tyler, what school you go to?
Rolling Hills, same with them.
Okay. All right. Anything you like to do over there?
I like to play basketball, and I like math and social studies.
Anything you guys like to say for the camera, together or something? Look at the camera, there it is, you can say it.
Yeah, we're first place
Yeah.
RPB.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Greg Porter back here with Roush and Stevens. And Roush, your first name is again?
Jimmy.
Jimmy, and Jimmy is one of those games that you guys seem to be determined to try to do your best and see what happens. And it looked like you guys had a pretty good hold on those guys. I mean, you kind of know them, and did that help?
Yeah, sort of.
You're dribbling the ball, you handle the ball well out there today. How long you been playing on this team?
Since the beginning of the season.
And so this is your first time being with this team. How long you been playing basketball?
This is my first year.
First year. Yeah, you look really good for your first year. Are you going to come back and play with this team next year or play with another team?
I'll hope this team.
Okay. All right. Today's game was one of those games, where you see a lot of things, that you want to try to do, and you know that if you can do them, that you're probably going to help your team win. Is there anything that you see out there that you like to try to do when you're on the court?
I would try and make sort of the shots where you can just throw the ball from any length and make it.
Those are fun shots, huh? If they go in, right?
Yeah.
It looked like you guys were rebounding the basketball. You guys are willing to get on the floor and get loose balls and stuff. That helps out, doesn't it?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. What school you go to?
Rolling Hills.
You like that school?
Yeah.
All right. You play any other sport? Or is this the only one you play?
Baseball, and that's it.
Yeah, you like baseball?
Yeah.
Pretty good. And it's baseball season. I seen some kids out there today who were suited up. They were all suited up, get ready to play a baseball game today.
Well, mine was the same time as this game.
Oh, okay. Well, you got a championship basketball, so you get to play baseball now. Let me talk to your teammate here, Matthew Stevens, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Matt, it's a lot of fun. You're wearing the colorful shoes. You look like you're all ready and geared up to play this big game today, right?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it was great, just a great experience.
No, it always is. I can remember I never got a chance to be in a championship game at fourth grade level. But it's a lot of hustle that you guys put together, and you're listening to your coaches, and that's always important, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, they did a great job for us this year, and I think they're a huge key for us.
You guys seem like you liked playing with each other, and that has a lot to do with it, too. You got to like your teammates.
Oh, yeah, and we all do. I hope.
Well, you going to be back with this team like young Roush here?
Yeah, I'd like to, but it all depends on who they draft, so I'd really like to.
All right, Matthew and Jimmy, good luck in the future. One last word. You can show up the trophies or whatever you want to do for the camera, for the parents.
Okay.
This is just great.
This was a great season. It was fun. More than I expected.
All right, guys. Thanks. Congratulations. Greg Porter back here with Ryan Sullivan and Curtis Gordon. Ryan, a lot of fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
You are a player that is trying to think like everybody else, that whatever I can do to contribute to make this thing happen, I'm going to do. And it's the little things that contribute towards the success of the whole, right?
Yeah, I guess.
It's the hustle, determination. You guys don't have that quit attitude. I saw that out there by you guys. Where do you guys get that from? Don't quit, and you just keep playing. Is that the coach or your parents or something? Try to instill in you that, hey, listen, if you're going to go out there, you're going to suit up, give it your all. Is that it?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Is this your first year on the team?
Yeah.
All right. Is there any one thing that you learned this year that you're going to take? Are you going to come back next year and play?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Is there any one thing you learned about basketball and the skills this year that's going to help you for next year?
Yeah.
And what is that? Tell us.
Huh?
Just learning how to dribble or shoot or anything?
Yeah, like things like that.
Okay.
And all the plays that we did.
Okay. Okay. And that it's a team game and you need your teammates to make this one happen.
Yep.
All right. Because there's not a lot of other players that you can rely on, like football or something. You only got, 5 or 6 guys, and that's it.
Yep.
All right. Let me talk to your teammate, and you are again?
Curtis Gordon.
Curtis, I'm going to give you the middle name of Flash, Flash Gordon. And you get out there, and your opportunities are maybe few because this is your first year on the team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But, you're thinking, I'm going to try to do the best I can. And what is the thing that maybe the coaches tell you guys that you think that the other teams don't know about? I mean, in a sense, well, what does he tell you guys to do that you think the other coaches aren't telling their teams to do?
Like, don't reach in and stuff like that.
In other words, play good defense, right? Have your feet in the right spot.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys hustle when the ball's on the ground. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
You guys seem to get that ball. What is the greatest experience you're going to remember about this season?
When we played the game to get to this game.
All right. And beat that team by 4 points. Huh?
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what school you go to?
Park Village.
What school you go to?
Sundance.
Okay. You guys like both of those schools?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got a bunch of friends there.
Okay, you got a bunch of friends over there?
Yeah, about 6.
All right. Okay, well, I'm going to let you both say something for the camera, and thank you very much. Anything you want to say to the camera there? Together? Show your trophies or anything like that?
Mm-mm.
All right. I didn't know if you want to do a cheer or anything like that. Okay, you guys, thanks very much. And back with the head coaching staff, and you are again?
I'm Earl Mast.
Earl Mast and
Ray Martin.
Earl, this was a game that, obviously the kids knew was pretty important because they worked so hard to get here. But obviously there's some things you told them about just getting out there and having fun. What did you tell the kids?
I absolutely said the main thing here is have a good time. It was a great achievement to get to this game today. They really put a good Champions Day together, and to go out and just to make sure that they enjoyed that, win or lose, just to have a good time with the game today.
It's one of those things, that teaching the game at a young level and stuff, the kids may forget some things and stuff. What is the thing that you try to teach them during the season not to forget?
Mainly to act as a team, that we're not going to win or lose with 1 or 2 guys, but that regardless of whether you're touching the ball or not, everyone's got a role to play on all the plays that we do, and it's to make sure that you think and play as a unit and it's not a one-on-one game. That's the most important thing we want them to remember.
Even though the league allows to play like a one-on-one, man-on-man type of a thing, what do you think about that? I mean, is that something that develops players a lot better, or is it something that it develops some players better? You think you like that?
Yeah, it does. I mean, when you're at this age level, you can't really avoid a lot of one-on-one because some kids have just got more experience. They are more experienced handling the ball, and it kind of tends that way. So that happens. And but what we really try to emphasize with our guys is it's not a one-on-one game and really try to get everybody involved, everybody to touch the ball, everybody to shoot the ball, and help each other out, and really just work as a team.
It seems like your kids were extremely well-versed at making sure that if the ball's on the floor to go after it and try and get it and keep the ball alive and get it back towards that basket.
That's this guy's department. He handles.
Well, let me talk to this guy about that. How do you get them to do that? I mean, they have their mind where that ball is going, and they also know where that backboard is too.
Yeah, well, one thing we work on with the kids, I always think you can't teach aggression and you can't teach speed, but I try anyway. So we play little games where to see who can rip it out of each other's hands, and he has a rebounding drill that we work on where we actually do it with the ball on the ground where they box out each other. So a lot of the things that he works in practice is real ball focused, and I think it paid off in the way you saw it.
Well, Mr. Martin, it seems like the players like playing with each other. A lot of them go to the same school, but at this age, if you can get them to start liking playing with each other, they're going to enjoy the game more for some reason.
You're not kidding. You're not kidding. They came to first practice, and 3 of them knew each other. 2 had played together. 2 of the other kids had played soccer together, but they were still a little tentative, and they didn't really have good ball skills. And we just really stressed fundamentals for the first month. Then we introduced our plays, and even the kids that you didn't see as much with the ball, they knew how to jump up and rebound. They knew how to defend with their feet, not reaching in with their hand, and that's how we shut down the other team today.
Well, that also helps, you know, for the kids that may not get a lot of playing time, and then they begin to like the game and the way the game is going, and they're gonna want to come back.
Absolutely. Yeah, we really want to just make sure that they know that they are part and they're contributing. And you know, winning's contagious. When you win, and everybody has a good time. Yeah. But we want to really just make sure all the kids who come, they have a great time and they feel like that they are involved and, you know, playing a key role. So that's.
Is this your first championship as a head coach?
It is.
In any level?
It is. It is, yeah.
It feels great.
It feels good, yeah. It's fun today.
All right.
Yeah.
And with your assistant, I know he's feeling great too.
I'm feeling good. This is a good win because I did work hard all year. And I got a question for the team there. How about them Suns?
And that's going to do it from both of the Brain Trust and the coaching staff of the team that won today, the Suns.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Wendell Dean here with George Langevin Productions at the culmination of the great game today between the Suns and the Sonics. And I have three great Sonics players I have here. We're going to have an interview, a private interview with each and every one of them. We'll start here with number 22. Tell everyone your name, please.
David.
David, and how old are you?
9.
9 years old. You look pretty good out there playing basketball. Tell me what you thought about the game.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
It was pretty good. And tell me, what position do you play?
Guard.
You play guard. All right. And how long you been playing basketball?
2 years.
Okay. Can you tell me anything about the season that you liked, that you learned out there, about your position, about your coach, your teammates? Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, I learned a lot about defense, and a lot of people passed me and stuff, so I got to shoot a lot and stuff.
Well, exactly. I saw that your team was really strong on defense. That was one of the things that we mentioned throughout the game. What other sports do you play?
Baseball, soccer, and that's it.
Baseball and soccer. All right. And what is your favorite sport, if I may ask?
Baseball.
Baseball is your favorite sport. You look pretty good in basketball, man. Tell me, who's your favorite NBA player?
Michael Jordan.
Oh, you like Jordan? Okay, tell me why you like Jordan, though. Be honest, tell me why.
I don't know, he slams dunk goals or something.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, you like the slam dunk. And then tell me, who is your favorite team?
Lakers.
Oh, you like the Lakers. Okay, why? Tell me why.
I don't know. They're just good and stuff.
Can you name one player on the Lakers that you know?
Shaq.
Yeah, Shaq. And what is your actual position? Tell me your position on your team that you play.
Point guard.
You play the point guard. All right, and you like that position?
Yeah.
Okay, one last question for you here. Do you think you're going to continue? You're going to keep playing basketball as you get older at the high school level or maybe at the collegiate, at the college level? What do you think?
Probably not.
You don't think you'll go on with it? Okay, tell me why.
I don't know. I just like other sports better.
Oh, you like the other sports better, like the baseball. You play soccer too? Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? I really enjoyed watching you. You had a great game. I think that your skills are very good. I hope that you continue, and best of luck in the future, okay? All right. You want to say anything else in departing?
No.
Nothing. Okay. Well, thanks a lot. All right. Here we go to our second one. Let's go with you. What's your name? Tell everyone your name and relax.
My name is Ian.
Hi, Ian. And tell us how old you are.
I am 9 years old.
9 years old. Tell me about the season, about your team.
My team's pretty good. They've all improved since the beginning of the first practice to this game.
What was the best thing you liked about the team?
Well, they were very sportsmanlike conduct, and they were just good friends to me.
You sound like a politician, man. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Baseball or basketball player.
Baseball or basketball player? All right. And about your teammates and the position that you play, do you like basketball a lot?
Yeah.
You do. Okay. Tell me your favorite NBA team, favorite NBA player, and why. Give me a reason why.
I like the Lakers because they just have all these good players like Shaq and Kobe and Fox. And
you watch a lot of basketball?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's always been my favorite sport. Now, do you think you're going to continue on in the maybe play in high school or maybe in college or maybe even the pros? You think you'll keep on playing?
Yeah.
You do. And what's your position again?
Guard.
You're a guard too. A point guard or an off guard?
Point guard.
A point guard. And you can, that's right, I remember you because you could switch hands and look up. You look pretty good out there too. Tell me, what other sports do you play?
I play just baseball.
You just play baseball. And what position do you play?
In baseball?
Yeah.
I play shortstop sometimes, and I play third a lot.
Oh, all right. Well, good. And you know what? Tell me why on the team nobody could make any free throws. I'm kind of wondering. Everybody seemed like they had problems making the free throw, but you didn't have problems dribbling with someone on you and scoring. What's the difference with free throws?
I don't know. I guess just missing them.
Do you think nervousness or just missing them?
Just missing them.
Did you feel nervous in the game? A little bit?
Yeah.
You did. Okay. Anything else you want to tell me?
No.
You sure? Nothing. Okay, well, best of luck to you, and thanks a lot, man. Good luck in the game, huh? All right. Here's the third one we have. We have 3 of these people have to go to a baseball game out in Palm Springs. Am I correct? You're going out in Palm Springs? Okay, tell everybody your name and how old you are.
My name's Luke, and I'm 9 years old.
All right, Luke. And you play baseball, too?
Yes.
What position do you play in baseball?
And mostly pitcher, first base, and center field.
All right, pitcher, first base, and second field? Center field. All right. Tell me about the game. What did you think about the game?
It was pretty good. It was challenging. It was pretty good.
And how long have you been playing basketball now?
2 years.
Tell me about your position and what you think about your team.
My position is point guard mostly, but I play forward too. And I like this team because they're always working together, setting picks and stuff.
You know, I noticed you guys knew how to set picks and come up and help each other and pass. And tell me about the free throws. What do you think about the free throws today for your team?
I guess it was kind of like a droopy day. Everybody was like missing free throws because they just were so nervous about the game and stuff.
No, that's normal though. How long have you been playing now? How many years?
2 years for basketball.
2 years playing basketball? All right. And which school you go to?
Adobe Bluffs.
All right. And tell me about the NBA. You watch a lot of NBA basketball. Tell me your favorite team, and then tell me who your favorite player is, and give me a reason why.
My favorite team is the Lakers because they have Dennis Rodman and Shaq and Kobe Bryant and Nick Van Exel. And my favorite player is probably Shaq.
Okay, tell me why you like Shaq.
Because he's always aggressive and he's tall and he's slam dunks a lot.
All right, man. Sounds pretty good. Okay. You know what? I wanted to ask you one more thing about the team in general. Do you think you'll be playing with this team next year, or where are you going to go next year?
I think I might play next year, and I might play baseball too. And I might play golf or something.
Gosh, you're involved with 3 sports, huh?
Well, I have a lot of sports.
All right, great. Well, you know what? Good luck to you. It was great seeing you out there. It was a great effort. Hopefully we'll see you back next year and you guys can get the championship. All right, thanks. All right, let's bring up someone else. Come on up. All right, we're back again, Sonics and Sons game. I have a few more people to interview here. Tell everybody your name, please.
Alex.
Hi, Alex, and tell me what you thought about the game today.
Well, it was very challenging, and they played really good.
You think the other team played very good, or your team played very good?
Both teams.
I agree with you. I think both teams. Tell me your position and a little bit about you playing basketball. What do you like? What do you don't like? Tell me about your practices.
Well, I play center, and what I like about basketball is the feeling of the ball when you're bouncing it around and stuff.
Okay. You know what? You're 9 years old, right? And I notice that you're taller than everybody. Do you think you're gonna grow up and be tall and be a center? Do you like playing center position?
Yeah. Except the hard thing is you're tempted to go towards the ball handler, but you always have to stay down by the hoop and wait.
Well, I noticed in the game you were down and underneath in the paint, in the trenches as they call it, and you were getting pounded and people were coming over, but you were rebounding and you were hustling. Would you like to be a point guard or handle the ball a little bit? Can you handle the ball?
Yeah. Since I double dribble a lot.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right. You just need to practice. Tell me where you go to school and other sports that you play, too.
I go to Adobe Bluffs, and I play baseball and soccer.
Okay, you play baseball and soccer, and then basketball. And out of those three, which one do you like the best and why?
I think baseball because it's fun.
What position do you play in baseball?
Third base, second base, and first base because my height again.
Oh, okay, great. And tell me a little bit about your practices with the team, with the Sonics. How did you guys practice? What did you work on? Tell me a little bit about that.
We work on picks, and we work on passing and stuff like that. Most important stuff in the game. Important things in the game.
Okay, and as far as the NBA now, what about the NBA? Who's your favorite team and player, that sort of thing?
Okay, I like the Lakers because they have like Kobe Bryant and everything, and my favorite player is Kobe Bryant.
Okay, who do you think out of all the NBA that you've seen, who do you think you mostly play like?
That's hard to... Shaq. Yeah, I guess Shaq.
You play like Shaq. All right, that's a pretty good answer. All right, do you think you're going to continue on next year, keep on playing basketball?
Yeah, I think so.
How long have you played basketball, and tell me why you started to play?
This is my first year, and I played because it looked fun to play.
Uh-huh.
And I guess that's it.
Okay, great. Well, you know what? I hope to see you back next year. I think you got impeccable skills. Keep working out, and maybe you'll go on to the high school and then the college level, and then who knows, huh? All right, good luck to you. Want to say anything in parting?
No thanks.
All right, take care. Come on up. How you doing?
Fine.
Okay, tell me your name and your age, okay?
I'm Sharaf, and I'm 9.
You're 9 years old. And you're a pretty big guy, man. You're built like my brother. Tell me what position you play.
I'm power forward.
You know what I noticed in the game? I was laughing at you because a couple of times you were really, bam, you were banging people around there, and they were flying off of you. Do you like to play an aggressive game?
Yeah.
You do like the aggressive game. Okay. Tell me other sports that you might play.
Soccer.
You're a soccer player? You know what? Where are you from originally?
San Diego.
Okay, you were born in San Diego. But what about your parents? Where are they from?
Iran.
They're from Iran. From Tehran, the capital?
No, Shiraz.
Shiraz. Yeah. Oh, okay. But you were born here in the United States. Yeah. Did you start with soccer, playing, or some other sport, or start with basketball first?
I started with soccer when I was 4.
Ah, that's why you got good hand-eye coordination and that type of thing. Okay. And tell me, what do you think about basketball, about your practices, about your team, and about the game today?
Well, we're a pretty aggressive team, and mostly we practice on setting picks and trying to find the wide open man to go for. And what did you say?
Well, that was great. You just answered. You know, one thing I noticed in the game, both teams played man-to-man, and you guys knew how to play man-to-man without fouling a lot. There was not a lot of fouls in that game. You know how to play man-to-man. What do you work on as far as defense? Your coach, what does he help you work on defense?
Trying to get the tall guys, so trying to make me beat them up.
Oh, yeah? So you're kind of like a banger then. Okay, tell me a little bit about the NBA. Who's your favorite team, your favorite player?
My favorite team is the Lakers, and my favorite player is Nick Van Exel.
Oh, you picked Nick Van Exel. All right, well, tell me why. Tell me why the Lakers and why Nick. Nick the Quick.
Well, I like the Lakers because they have all these good players, and I like Nick because he can make a lot of threes.
Yeah, he can make a lot of threes. And tell me about your basketball skills. What do you like to do? You like to dribble the ball? Do you like to shoot from the outside like a three? Do you like to dribble and then pass? Tell me a little bit about your skills personally.
I like to dribble it up and go for the layup or the shot. I don't really feel comfortable passing it.
Oh, you don't? You don't feel comfortable yet passing it. And how are you on your free throws?
Probably about, I make 55% of them.
Oh, okay. All right. You make about 55%. Did you get a chance to shoot a free throw today?
No.
If you had a chance to shoot a free throw, would you have made it?
Yes.
You would have? Yeah. Okay. All right, well, tell me one last thing about next year. You think you're going to return next year?
Yeah, I'm going to probably play next year, and if I keep on playing, I'll probably play for college league and high school, and then maybe for the NBA.
I think you're going to do pretty good. I wish I could have had that body at that age, man. I was skinny, mini, and very small. I think if you keep playing, keep working out, you're going to be a force to reckon with. Tell me one last thing. What are you going to do within the next year as far as sports, all the sports that you play?
I'm gonna try to be better so I could have the ball more, and I'm trying to probably play baseball next year.
Oh, great. And what position in baseball are you playing?
First base. I want to play first base.
Okay, good. All right. Well, good luck to you. Thanks a lot for the interview. I appreciate it. Okay, come on up. Tell me your name and tell me how old you are.
My name is Steven, and I'm 10 years old.
Oh, okay, Steven, you're 10 years old. And how long you been playing basketball now?
2 years.
2 years already. All right, so you're kind of like a veteran. Tell me about the game. What did you think today about the game, honestly?
The Suns were very hard and challenging. They were the second team we lost to, and we played very aggressive.
You guys played very aggressive against them, yeah, because you guys were playing a man-to-man. In that game, what was the hardest thing about the game that you saw?
To get away from their picks they had.
Yeah, I think you're right. You're very good because they did pick a lot and they were able to get free off of the dribble. Who do you think was the hardest player to play on that other team?
Number 12.
Can you remember his name, number 12?
Yeah, Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan Martin. Yeah, he was pretty difficult. Tell me a little bit about your life as far as what you do, where you go to school, and other sports that you play.
I go to school at Park Village, and I play tennis, soccer, and baseball. And I would like to be a professional tennis player when I grow up.
Really? You want to be a professional tennis player? Okay, and how long have you been playing tennis now?
For 6 years.
Oh, great. 6 years. And then the other sports that you mentioned, you said baseball.
Yeah, and soccer.
Okay, what position do you play in soccer and baseball?
Defense, and for baseball I play shortstop, second.
Okay, and let's go back to basketball real quick. Tell me your position and tell me what are the things you like to do when you're playing basketball, and tell me the things that you work on.
My positions are center and forward, and I like to rebound it, jump for the ball and rebound it.
How about offensive skills? Dribbling, passing, shooting threes, dunking the ball backwards. I didn't see you dunk the ball backwards in the game. I didn't see it. Why?
It's not allowed.
Oh, that's great. It's not allowed. Exactly. Okay, well, tell me about your offense. What do you like on offense?
I like to stand like a couple of feet from the basket, and I like to move around so they can pass it, and then I'd shoot against the backboard.
Okay, how are you on your free throws?
I'm getting better.
Okay.
I make about 60% of mine.
Okay, one last thing. Tell me a little bit about the NBA. Do you watch a lot of basketball? And if you do, who's your favorite player and your favorite team and why?
My favorite team is probably the Lakers, and I like Shaquille O'Neal. And I like him because he's really big and tall.
You think the Lakers are going to take the championship this year?
Yeah.
Okay. You play for the Sonics, and of course the Sonics have a good team, in the NBA. What do you think about the Sonics, the NBA team Sonics, who you play for now?
I have not seen them play.
Not at all. No. Can you name one player on the Sonics?
No.
Oh, okay. Pretty candid answer there. All right, tell me for next year. You're going to return next year? You're going to play basketball again?
I'm going to play basketball, but I'm not willing to play for high school.
Oh, okay. You're just going to play at like the recreation level or lower level. But you are going to go on and play tennis?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? Good luck to you in tennis. Hope to see you back next year when you play. I thought you did a real good job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Good. Good interview. Thanks a lot. Come on up. How you doing?
Good.
All right. Tell me your name, your age, and who you are.
Okay, my name is Riley, and I'm 10.
You're 10 years old, Riley? Yeah. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. How long have you been playing basketball now?
2 years.
You've been playing basketball for 2 years. Tell me about your family a little bit. Where were you born? Where are you from? What do you do?
I was born here, and I play baseball and basketball.
You play baseball and basketball. And which sport do you prefer?
Baseball, probably.
You prefer baseball. Okay, can you tell me why?
Probably since I've been like playing longer.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now, as far as basketball, what do you think the hardest thing is for playing basketball? The hardest thing that you can see playing basketball?
The hardest thing, I don't know.
There's nothing hard about playing basketball that you know of?
Not really.
Oh, okay. All right. Tell me what you think about the game today. What did you think about the team, the Suns? What did you think about your team, the Sonics, and in general about the game?
The Suns were hard to play, and we did like pretty good in like, shooting and like picks and stuff.
Okay. Now let's go to the NBA real quick because you heard me ask other people about the NBA. Who's your favorite team and favorite player there?
I like the Lakers, and my favorite player is Michael Jordan.
Your favorite is Michael Jordan. MJ, why do you like Michael Jordan so much?
Because he's a good player and he's good at shooting and dunking and stuff.
Oh, great. Sounds good. And tell me about next year. You think you'll come back next year? You think you'll continue to play and then try to play maybe in high school later on?
Yeah, I'm going to play more next year.
You want to play more next year? Okay. And tell me, when you're practicing with your team, with the Sonics, what does your coach say to you? What do you guys work on? Offense, defense? What basically do you learn from playing basketball?
We work on like picks and passing and defense and stuff.
Okay, and I didn't ask you, what is your position? What position do you play?
I'm a guard and a forward.
What's the best thing you like about playing guard?
I get the ball a lot, and I get chances to shoot.
Did you get a chance to shoot and handle the ball a lot in the game?
Little. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. All right. Tell me a little bit about school. Where do you go to school? What's your favorite subject? What do you do?
I go to Deer Canyon, and my favorite subject is math.
Your favorite subject is math? You're a mathematician? What do you want to be when you grow up, by the way?
Baseball player.
Baseball player. All right. Well, good luck to you. Thanks a lot for the interview.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we're back again. I'm here with the coach of the Sonics, and we're going to ask him a few questions about the game. Coach, tell me your name.
Kip Larson.
Mr. Larson, Kip Larson, and before the game started, you told me that you've only been your first year in coaching. Is that true?
Yeah.
Why did you all of a sudden start coaching, and especially start coaching people that are 9, 10 years old? It's a pretty tough job.
Yeah. Got a call from the league. There was 14 teams and only 7 coaches, so the pressure was on. Some of us had to kind of step up and bite the bullet.
In retrospect from the season, what did you think for your first year on everything that you covered?
It was a lot of fun. And going in, I never had any kind of a game plan because I didn't expect to coach or anything. So we just kind of dreamt it up as we went. Didn't have anything to go from, so.
Well, you did a pretty good job. I kind of want to ask you the question: where did you get the concept of the pick and roll and you had a good transition game when the kids would get the rebound and run it out and run a fast break? How did that all come about?
Well, it didn't originate in the beginning of the season until later on. The other defenses started to get better, and we were basically forced to pick and roll. We first worked on a lot of defensive skills because that was something that I thought we could teach the kids those kind of skills, and they're fairly easy to teach versus complex offensive plays. Defensive skills are more position and hand and eye kind of thing. So, but then the pick and roll started as other teams developed their defenses. We had to get guys open, and a lot of moving without the ball and all that.
What did you think about the game today as far as the championship game going up against the Suns? They were a well-coached team, as your team was. They also used the pick and roll. They played a man-to-man against you, and it was going back and forth. But in retrospect, what did you think?
It played out about what I thought it would be because they're a very well-coached team. They execute really well, and actually for 3 quarters we were really in the game, and I was almost surprised at that. And then they they blew it open in the end there, but they're real good.
Yeah, the score wasn't indicative of the hard play and everything towards the end. I agree with you there. I made a comment earlier in your game that I thought that the free throw shooting hurt you. Can you give me a reason why you think free throws at a young age like this is so difficult for the kids to convert at the free throw line?
I'm not sure. Some of them, it might have been a little bit of nerves, maybe, because I know some of the kids, any other time, practices or whatever, they just stand up there and throw them in all day. And in the game, you know, a little bit of iron, too much iron there.
Yeah, so it was a little bit of nervousness, some butterflies, and, you know, the championship game on the line. I understand that. Tell me about next year. Where do you think you're going to go from here as far as your team? Are you going to be with the Sonics next year?
No idea.
No idea. But if someone offers you the position, you'll take it.
We'll see.
Oh, okay.
I'd much rather be a fan.
Oh, really? You the coaching you don't really want to do?
Well, it's, you know, it's fun and everything, but I enjoy watching my son play, and I can't watch if I'm coaching. I have to look. I'm watching other things, you know. So being a fan, you get to sit down and, you know, no distractions and get to watch the game.
Well, I think the kids will definitely be missing out if you don't return. You're a really great coach, and I've played basketball for an extended period of time in Europe and then, of course, in the United States briefly at the collegiate level, and I can tell you, you really, really impressed me with everything, especially just 1 year. You do other things in sports. Tell me about that.
Well, mostly with my son. He also plays competitive baseball on a traveling team. And he's a member of the San Diego Junior Golf program. And so in the summertime, he plays in a lot of tournaments, and I'm a volunteer scorer. So I do that, and I work with his baseball team also as a volunteer.
And in fact, some of the kids that you had playing today on your team, they also play on this baseball team and are in fact traveling today to go to another game.
Yeah. Yeah. This is, originally there was 4 players. One went back to Little League, and so there's still 3 of them that are together. Yeah. Okay, sounds good. Well, I think that about wrap it up, Coach. Good luck to you next year. I hope you come back. Hope to see you again. But in whatever you do, good luck to you in the future. And I think you're a great motivator. Thank you.
Greg Pointer back here with Wendell Dean for a wrap-up of this great game between the Sonics and Suns. We hope you enjoyed the 4th grade competition that you saw out there. It was really spectacular by both of these young sets of teams. Coached very well. And just good play by both teams today. Wendell?
I concur. I really had a great time. It was a great game, great effort on both teams, the Suns, the Sonics, and I'd like to come back for more.
Well, I believe you will. And this is Greg Porter for George Landvin Video Sports Production along with Wendell Dean saying goodbye and take care until next time.